88.7. The Voice, and a new, very timely, topical song from Vegas with Randolph out of the Washington, D.C. area. The song is called Snow Day, and it's not a snow day here in Sacramento, quite the contrary. It's in the low 60s and beautiful and sunny. In fact, I pulled oranges off the tree in the backyard today, but I know it's got to be snowing somewhere, so somewhere back east or up north or maybe somewhere else in the world, that song Snow Day applies. I like what the weather announcer said on that song. We predict anywhere between 12 and 36 inches of snow. That's kind of a wide variance. But anyway, that's what happens back east. Vegas with Randolph. Before that, Felsen from the San Francisco Bay Area with Don't Turn Your Back on Me Today from their fantastic 2012 album Breaking Up with Loneliness. We heard the Jack before that, the Joe Algieri Collective, Joe's band from Perth, Western Australia. We heard Persistent Man from the Faux Pas release. That also came out last year. Honey Chain, a new band in there with the All About Me Girl from their new album Futura. It's a 5-song EP featuring Hillary Burton from Los Angeles. Go pick that one up. Very, very cool indeed. And we started off hour 2 of Twirl with Lori Biagini, our friend in Vancouver, Canada, with the title track from her forthcoming release, Sanctuary of Sound. This is Twirl, the finest music from the rock era. I'm Mike Lidskin, and you're listening to Sacramento's community radio, The Voice, 88.7 here in Sacramento, and wherever you are at twirlradio.com. Speaking of radio, my special guest is Alex Cosper. You're a well-known radio programmer. How are you liking the show so far?
I love it. This is one of those shows where anything can happen.
And you know what? It's still going to happen. And so we've alluded to the fact before. In fact, I wasn't alluding. I was flat out saying it. You were the program director for KWOD, our big alternative radio station back in the 1990s. How did you land such a cool gig like that?
It's more like I grew into the job.
Okay.
It took a long time. I started there in '84 as an intern from Sac State, and I worked my way up to music director by '88, and then they got rid of me in '89, only to realize that the 7 people they replaced me with didn't do as much work as I did, so they brought me back.
Yay!
And, you know, I was making peanuts, but I wasn't there for the money. I was there because I thought I could do something for Sacramento and offer just, a better mix of music, and more than that, personality and community issues.
Yeah, and a couple things there. Number one, I've always heard that about commercial radios. You think that it's a big, lucrative position, to run a radio station or be a DJ, but not always. I mean, you really have to be in it for the love of the music.
Well, these days, though, you have to be in it just because you want a job.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't pay well and it doesn't really have imaginative programming anymore. The people that are still in radio, which is a small percentage now of who used to be in radio, they have to do what they're told. There's not a lot of freedom like you're having on your show today.
Right. And I think the thing about alternative radio back when you were doing it is, to me, that was a new direction in radio and music. I was saying to you off the air that some of the greatest bands in the commercial era, in my mind, came out at that time, and we both liked bands like Belly, artists like Juliana Hatfield, the Lemonheads. I guess
Radiohead.
Yeah, Radiohead. OK Computer. Yeah. Stuff like that, and so many more. You championed a lot of those bands before they became really well known. That must have been a good feeling to see the fruits of your labor at the local level take off at a national level.
Yeah, I still feel good about it. I think that was my best accomplishment, was helping out the local music scene, especially Cake.
Yes, Sacramento's own.
They became a huge multi-million selling artist, and that's probably my greatest accomplishment, was really playing them a lot and influencing other stations around the country to join in the party, because they've really survived and shown that they're one of the more creative artists.
I have to say about Cake, a couple things. One, they're from right here in Sacramento, so it's a source of local pride. But two, I think part of the reason that they stick around is because they don't sound like anybody that came before them, and I don't think anybody that came after them either. They have a unique, quirky, intelligent sound.
Exactly, and that's what I love. That's why I picked them to be on KWOD, is because they were everything that I dreamed a band could be, say on a local level, and to go from there and make it on the world stage. They just had everything you just said. They had imagination and intellect and just a great sense of musicianship.
Yeah, I saw them one time live at the Memorial Auditorium here in Sacramento, and it was a great creative show.
I must have been at that show.